What's up, YouTube? It's JMin09. I know it's been a very long time, and I am sorry about that. I'm coming today with a little deck profile of the deck I'll be playing this weekend at my locals. I'm also going to be taking my camera to my locals and hopefully getting some footage there. I have a couple people that have gone to regionals and topped and are good, very good players, and I know one of them, a deck that is going to be very good this format. He will be at the locals at some point, so I'm going to try to get his deck profile, and it'll be a good deck, trust me. The deck I'm going to be running is Constellars. Don't worry, I will be profiling my Fire Fist. I know y'all love that. I do it a lot. I profile my Fire Fist a lot. I finally got my mat to go with my Fire Fist. I'm going to be profiling Constellars because they are a really good deck this format. They give you a lot of control over what's going on the field, and with no heavy storm you have so many good plays to do, and you can set a couple and say go and sit on Pleiades and have Pleiades or however you want to call it, and have it just a good old time. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start with the monsters. I'm going to put the spells and traps off to the side real quick. Alright, so for the monsters, I have a couple little tech choices in here that I do run. First of all, you have to run 3 Chaos. If you do not run 3 Chaos, it's pretty much not a Constellar deck. Chaos is the main engine of the deck. Chaos and this card right here, Pollux. I know everybody knows how this deck is usually made. You need 3 Sombre as well. He's pretty much late game. After you've used just one of each of those, you can recruit for another one and go into another Pleiades. I do end up running 3 of these, Algeti, Getty, I don't know how you want to say it, because even though it is a Valor Magnet, they have to waste their Valor on this, and then you can get the Chaos out there, and he pretty much puts in work. I do tend to run 2 Bear, because I like being able to search for my Tinky, and since my Tinkies are at 2 now, I don't really need to search for the Bear as much, but I do need to search for the Chaos, and I need to get the Bear to search for the Tinky so I can start my plays with Chaos and Pollux. I run 2 Valor because Valor is good this format, and it will be good, and so will Maxi, but I can't find room for the deck. I can't find room for Maxi in this deck. With Valor, I can go into Synchros, so I mean, that's why I think for me, for this deck, Valor's better than Maxi, because you have a viable way of using Valor other than the normal just using its effect, which normally that's what you will be using it for. And got 1 Sheraton. The reason I run 1 Sheraton is that one time you open up with no monsters and you have no combo pieces except for maybe a Sheraton and like a reinforcement of the army. You play Sheraton, you get your Chaos, you go off next turn. And it helps out a lot. And my 1 tech card will be a Gen X Ally Birdman, because even though you can't synchro someone with Chaos, he says pretty much you cannot use this card from Synchro Material Monster, or it cannot be used for the Synchro Material Monster. But a play you can go into and do is Pollux into Chaos, and then you can raise Pollux up 1, and you can go into a you can go in Stardust, Scrapdragon, anything like that. I do not have Scrapdragon in my extra deck at the moment. I'm going to get one. But you can go to Stardust, Scrapdragon, pop any unnecessary cards, and keep going from there. And you get to return the Chaos for next turn plays. So if you have an Algeti, if they use it on the Chaos, you bump up 1 and you bounce back. You always bump up your Pollux, and if they Valor it, you bounce it back and synchro with it. And then you don't have a dead Chaos and Pollux sitting on the field. You can actually go into something good. It's a really good tech choice. It's too bad it's at 1. Probably wouldn't play any more than just 1. It's a really good card. It's a really good tech choice for just a good card to put in the deck. But that's my monsters. I don't know how many there are. I know it's a 40 card deck, so put those off to the side. Go on to the spells. We got the single spells. The very lonely Dark Hole, Book of Moon, Reinforcement in the Army, the very limited cards there that we have to use. Pollux, the normal. Pollux, just helps you out a lot, and obviously a plus whatever. 2 Gen Key for the search for Chaos and other stuff. It pretty much, it gives you 5 Chaos. You're optimally running 5 Chaos and 4 Pollux. And actually, you're running 6 and 5 if you count the Sheraton, because he's going to recruit for one. I run 2-pot, do not run the 3rd because I think the 3rd clogs too much, the 2-pot duality, and you want a special summon in this deck, so the 2-pot duality work good when you don't special summon, you don't open up broke. 3 MSTs, because I hate back row. I really hate back row. I usually side one out, or I side multiple out if I'm playing a back row, non-back row deck, but I do run them. And then 3 Lance, because if my cards are only able to be out there by themselves, the Lance pretty much protects my cards, and I can lower them and keep my cards on board so I can go into Xyz plays later. That's my spells. Let's go into the traps. Very limited trap lineup, so you know, Roll of Decree doesn't hurt me too bad. 2 Deprison, because it's the only good card, only good removal card that's at 2, which sucks. 2 Chain, because I have the Veilers in the main deck, and I don't think I need the 3rd Chain, but I can also do some crazy plays and bouncing them back to my hand after I'm about to kill a monster, so I mean, I don't have to worry about it too much. 1 Torrential, because Omega is a card, and I can keep my Constellars on the field with the Torrential. You go Torrential, Omega, you know the combo. 1 Compulse, because Compulse went to 3-1, very sad Compulse right here. Good card. 1 Mirror Force, because I don't like playing 2, but I like having the 1 as an out. Just a good card. Bottomless, and the Lonely Solemn Warning. From the Solemn Trio, went down to the Solemn Brigade, went down to just a very Lonely Solemn. That is the main deck. It is 40 cards, like I said. I like it. I like running this deck. It's a very fun deck to play. Let's go ahead and go on to the extra deck. I do not have a side deck. I do have a side deck, but I haven't fixed it from my Fire Fist side deck, so because I just made this deck because I feel like just having some fun at locals tomorrow. But I haven't changed it from my Fire Fist side deck, so I need to kind of take some stuff out. Mainly, you run 3 Maxis, 1 extra Veiler, stuff like that. 2 Pleiades. It's the card you always go into, or try to go into. It's a must card. Must. 1 M7, because you can only have 1 now. It's very sad. I had 2 of these in here because it was just a good card. It's a 2700 beater that you can recruit for your other monsters back. I mean, if you overlay like this, you're not going to do a very good job of getting him out there. But, hey, you know, whatever. It sometimes works. 2 Omega, because, again, like I said, I hate back row. And if I can't have my MSTs, I'm going to go into an Omega so I don't run into a Mirror Force. 1 Volcasaurus, because he ends games. He just ends games. That's about it. 1 Gaia Charger, or Gaia Dragon, the Thunder Charger, because tokens are a thing now, and he runs right over the tokens. And almost anything else that's put in defense mode. Diamond Direwolf, because he gets rid of any problem card that I can't get rid of by anything else. Cowboy for game. Paladinimo, because he's awesome. He's a +1 anyways. He's a neutral, and then if you do end up killing something, he's a +1 because you get to draw a card. Maestro, Pappy, because, you know, those are kind of some main, you know, it's like, hey, I want to put you in defense mode. If I don't like your attack because it's a monster, and run over Ophion. And if I don't like that you have a defensive monster, I can go into Pappy and run him over. Dweller, and the 2 synchros I do run are Black Rose and Stardust. Because if you don't like the field, you can always Black Rose the field and have some real fun with them if they have a really nice field and you have a Pollux, Kaus, and a Black Rose. Actually, it's just Pollux and any other card. So, and then Stardust, if you have the Pollux Kaus combo, you know, first turn, if you don't feel like going into Pleiades, you know that their deck is mass removal, destroying everything you have. Hey, why not go into Stardust Dragon? Because if they open up Dark Hole, you're safe for a couple turns. That is my my Constellar deck profile. I like this deck. I really encourage y'all to test it out, run it, have some fun with it, because this deck is pretty awesome. It just wins games because of the 2 Compulses they banned. You have 4 more right there. You have 4 more Compulses and an extra Thunder Charger right there with an M7. So it just allows you to go into some stupid crazy plays. But alright guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry I've been gone for a while. Let me know down in the description what y'all want to see from me later on. Let me know what y'all want to see in the future. If y'all do want to see my updated deck profile for Fire Fist for my new format, or for this format, then let me know. If you don't, let me know. I might be doing some other stuff on my channel. I will be doing some openings. I'm going to be getting a Title 10. I'm sorry I haven't had much cash lately because I've been in school, been working, and I haven't been getting paid early or frequently. So I've been, having to save up some cash. Let me know what y'all think, guys, about this deck profile. And like, comment, subscribe, and later, guys.